Hello everyone, I'm Tyler from BlazeKick, and thanks to the lovely people at Black Shell Games and Dietrich Online Services, I've obtained a copy for Flashfire to play Sanctuary RPG Black Edition. For those of you who don't know what Sanctuary RPG is, it is a text-based traditional RPG roguelike based heavily around the old days of DOS, where everything was done in ASCII art, and as you'll see, things are very interesting at the very least. For the sake of brevity, I'm not going to be showing you the introduction, I'm just going to be showing you the baseline of how combat and everything works. So you're going to be seeing text go by really quickly, but this game is very text heavy. It requires a lot of reading. So, without further ado, let's begin. We're gonna select from 6 different classes. I suppose we should do Ranger. Alright. Tap X. View our perks. Dodges increase threefold. Guided arrow will interrupt charging enemies. Gain 30 MP on critical hits. That's actually not that bad. Riposte has a 33% chance to confuse enemies. So, a lot of this game is very randomized, and it's a very interesting thing to look at. We're gonna make ourselves a male, and we'll do thin. Character name, call this Flashfire, I suppose. A lot of the dialogue I've noticed is randomized, and especially the ASCII art in particular can be randomized too. You'll be seeing that throughout, and this game is pretty silly at times, so don't feel bad if you think it's a bit more ridiculous than serious, because this game was meant to be kind of humorous. Okay, we'll choose Old Potato for our argument. Randomize. We'll go with... Yeah, we'll go with that. Place of origin. Ability to bend the mystical elements, the strength to take down enemies with force. We're gonna go with Northern Ariat. Got, as you can see, things are randomized from the get-go. I've played this game twice, and because of its roguelike tendencies, it's very difficult, and if you die, that's permanent death. But you can choose a difficulty setting that makes it more forgiving and not permadeath. But we'll be playing permadeath for this instance, and as I'm noticing, things are a bit different every time I've chosen a new character. We're gonna go with Crossday. Classic. Play intro cinematic. No. Your name is Flash. You're a ranger of Crasta descent. Born as a serf, but not the cowabunga kind. One who is known to cry over spilled milk, you hate fighting cow warriors. Suddenly a masked potato appears behind you and hands you a woman. You repeatedly whack yourself in the face with a cucumber. This is your story. Yep. Please put on some clothes. Take these items and go buy some. Heavy crate of gold pieces. A D curve bow. Good enough. Okay, reach gate 16. Mighty Blue Slime. Alright, so combat. Combat is dealt in a multi-stage thing. You have a starter, so for instance, 1, 2, and 3 are our starting attacks. If we do 1, we will have a linker move, which will be 2 in this instance. And then 3 will be our linker, and 2 a finisher. And that's how combat works in general. You're going to be noticing a lot of text on screen that tells you a lot of important information, like Shrouded. And as you notice, we're constantly going to be doing stuff like repositioning in order to recharge MP. And if I can get it, it doesn't seem like the blue slime this time did the reasons why you should do repositioning, but I'll explain repositioning when we get to that point. So, right. You have bested the blue slime. And we got an item for it. Normal nose drill bust. 1 defense, 1 wisdom, and dexterity. We'll equip that because we don't have anything. Vitality. We want a lot of dexterity since we're a ranger. But I'm going to increase my vitality as well. And we'll increase our attack. And we will also do blade and range. So first things first, this looks very basic as it is. This world area, you have a quest area that tells you to go to a specific place, and all of these fancy things that you'll see. The important thing is that because of the ASCII art, they actually do stuff like hide letters that you can type in. You can't see any right now, but if you see a letter on the top of the screen, you can type in that letter, and you'll go to a secret area full of fancy little things. And the only reason I'm talking more quietly is because I've taken off my headphones a little bit in order to make sure that I'm not yelling into the microphone like I think I was at the start. So yes, if we go to the campground, we can start digging and find maybe stuff in here. Now, if you get enough iron ore from mining by digging a hole in the ground, obviously, you can assemble weapons and shields for your character, but you can only dig so much at a time before you run out of energy. Doomcaster skeleton is attempting to stand up. Okay. Guarding. Reposition. Tempest. There we go. So if an enemy is guarding, you can reposition, and amongst other things, if you are being chased or anything, then you can consistently reposition to remove specific effects that may cause more damage to you. Ah, here we go. The terminal. Okay, so we've unlocked our ultimate abilities and our feral ultimate abilities, and now we are going to go to gate 17 to defeat the terminal, which obviously is a computer. A very, very old computer. Now, this boss is unique. This is the first boss you face, technically. This is a boss that does locking. Okay. So we don't know their HP. They're currently shrouded. They're guarding. We're going to reposition. Linker, finisher. Heal. They're currently dazed at the moment. And they're confused as well. Fantastic. Lock-on speed upgraded. Alright. Do Rain of Arrows. Nicely done. Alright. We're currently bleeding. We gotta heal that in order to stop the bleeding. Currently guarding. We can't do anything. Okay, we're currently bleeded and wounded. So we're gonna real quick heal to remove that. Multi-shot. And Tempest Shot. We're gonna do Final Storm, heal. See, this is very difficult to do commentary on because, as you're seeing, it's very text-based and, in a way, mindless about how you do stuff because it's all in stages. I'm gonna... There we go. So yeah, it's a bit different than what you're familiar with other like JRPGs in the sense. Because of the fact that you're doing a lot of reading, you kind of just figure out what to do while playing it. You kind of just start physically getting memory, like muscle memory, for doing specific things. So you don't really say or think things all too much. And the way that this game operates is that it focuses on making sure that at times you need to pay attention to what the text is saying instead of just mindlessly tapping 1, 2, and 3. But for the most part, when you first start the game, you're going to be mindlessly tapping 1, 2, and 3, and sometimes 4. That's all I can really say on this at the moment. First impressions are the best thing about games like this. And the way that I see it is it's very deeply rooted in traditional RPG methods where things are just so slightly off, but try to contain themselves in a way that tries to take itself seriously, but just seriously enough to make stuff funny when it needs to be funny. And that's what's interesting about this game in particular, is that it is very full of funny humor and also stuff that is just uncanny. Like, we have like, this is supposed to be a fantasy RPG, but we just attacked and defeated a computer and got its motherboard out of it? Or video card at the very least. Also, the music. Really good. The music is fantastic. I'll do more dexterity. Oop, that's intelligence. Upgrade attack. More range. Save the village. Destroy the raiders. Well, we're currently under-leveled at the moment, I believe. Yeah, we've only been alive 7 minutes, and we're level 4, I think, at the moment. So we don't want to go... We don't want to go fight something out of level yet. I'm out of mining energy. Alright. Let's just kill some stuff in West Haven Fields, then. Bloat has attacked you. There we go. Now, the exposed effect that I had is one of the main reasons you want to reposition. Because if you get exposed, then you start taking much more damage than usual. Unholy Great Club. I'll salvage it. Rawhides. Alright. Or skeletons. That was a bit easier than I thought. The skeleton is attempting a backflip. That's new. Feast lever shard. Plus 20 to dex. Alright, I will take that. And a wood splint. We can actually use that in our campground. Handcraft materials. I'll do that. So crafting is a bit unique. You have a set amount of durability, and you can increase the quality at which you do it, but the way that you do it depends on how you handle it. Doing a strong attack increases your progress heavily, but makes it heat faster and makes you lose durability faster. Oops. There we go. Successfully crafted materials. Scrap metal, wood splint. Okay, now we can handcraft armor. Deflecting Great Holberg. Reduce incoming... Yeah, I'll take that. Not bad. Alright. Upgrade housing. Residence upgraded. Item drop rate from rigging. Yep. Oops. Okay, we're gonna assemble a weapon now. From our iron ore. A Naboot staff. Or scrap metal. Good enough. Alright, back to our rogue camp stuff. Now, it is worth noting that, like I said, it's permanent death. So, all this stuff I'm doing is just preparation. Because eventually, I'm going to be in over my head, and I'm going to potentially be killed. Like, this is going to be something that I think I'm going to die to, just by looking at this. Or, okay. Heal. Okay, my ultimate saved me there, I think, because I was not trusting myself with not getting killed by the Magus. I'm actually going to increase my vitality a bit more. All this tapping you're hearing, by the way, everything is text-based, as I said, so you have to type in everything that you want to do. As is the way. Okay, I'm gonna increase my proficiency with that. We unlock Riposte. And Death now. Okay. Reaper has thrown a rotten potato at you. Oh, that jerk. Alright. I'm exposed right now. There we go. So exposure, when you do a lot of repositioning, you can regain some health and deal damage back to the enemy. It's very important that you don't get a very high exposure amount. Like, I had 8 exposure at one point in that battle, and it was very dangerous to have Rogue Camp. This is a new event. The Tavern. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's just do what I was told to do. I will apologize. You awkwardly stammer through your apology to listen before. Well. And she's dead. You now feign ownership. I own a tavern. I own a tavern. Okay. Alright, well, now I have plenty of that. Sell beer. Shared stash. I own a tavern. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with this situation right now. I don't know why I keep doing that. Shared stash. Open gift box. You've obtained a diamond. Good. Well, this is something new that I didn't think I'd experienced before, so there's that. Random events, people. Random events. I got an item for my troubles, and now I own a tavern. I will salvage that. Small hut. Well, I can't craft anything right now. Well, back to the rogue camp, I suppose. Hill exploration. Sure. Save the village. 2 elites remain in the rogue camp. You stumbled upon an event. Boss encounter. Fight. Okay. Well, nice knowing you all. Alright. I gotta reposition. There we go. So I gotta take note of when they're charging at me. Oops. Well, there's that. And that is Sanctuary RPG. I was killed by a dragon. That's the only logical way that this could have gone out. Alright. I don't even know how close I was to beating it. Alright. So, like I said, because of its roguelike tendencies, the moment you die, that is game over. And you have to start over from the very beginning. Very unwieldy, very difficult, at the very least, but fun. It seems like a good romp that could take more time to play and enjoy. It's different in the sense that this seems like a love letter to the traditional ASCII style adventure games from back in the 80s and really late 70s. Stuff like that is something that I hope doesn't get lost in the mythos of time. But seeing it as this kind of game, it seems like something that people are not willing to let go, and that's why stuff like this happens to exist. Is because people enjoy these games. So, at the very least, we know what to expect from games of the future, is that we're going to be seeing more of these little adventures. So, that was Flashfire on Sanctuary RPG Black Edition. I want to thank Black Shell Games and Dietrich Online Services for supplying a copy for me to try out and show off to people. I wish I could explain stuff better, but it's one of those games where it's very text heavy and you have to explain things. It's really impossible to explain everything in turn. You kind of have to read it yourself since reading is faster than speaking. So, if you want to get this game, give it a shot, but keep in mind that you're going to be reading a lot. Otherwise, you're going to be very lost and probably very dead. So, until next time, I've been Tyler from Blaze Kick, and I am signing out.